Hello everyone, welcome back to Ebony's Views. I'm Ebony, and what I've noticed going on YouTube is everyone decorating their house for Christmas. I'm not going to do that. That's not happening here. I have a tradition of decorating my house the weekend after Thanksgiving, and I leave the decorations up until the Martin Luther King holiday weekend, and I plan on doing the same this year. However, what I have been thinking about since last year is upping my outdoor decor a little bit. And I did a little bit last year, just my outside porch area. If you watch my fall decorate with me, outdoor decorate with me, and I'll put the card up here in case you haven't seen it, you can see the area that I'm talking about. So I decorated that outside a lot, and we always have lights, but I wanted to kick it up another notch this year. So what I decided to do is do a series of DIYs, because I've been perusing YouTube, Pinterest, different websites to kind of get inspiration and ideas for what I wanted to do. And you can see this box sitting back here. This was my test. So this is a smaller version of it. What you're going to see me do today is a larger version of this box, and this is for that same porch area. Along with those boxes, I plan on making a few other things to go in that area and added to things that I had from last year. I'll put the shopping list down in the description box, and that way if you want to follow along with me, you can feel free to do so. And just don't follow my mistakes, because I've made several of them, but you know, that's DIY. So have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.
Good tidings for Christmas and a happy new year.
So what I'm doing here is just getting my dowels in order and starting to glue them together. And you'll start to see a little bit of my frustration as well. So this is when I realized that I should have painted the dowels ahead of time. And if you see the smaller box that I showed you in the beginning of the video, you can clearly see the dowels through the mesh ribbon. So what I decided to do is go back and paint them all so it's harder to see them through the ribbon. So now any sane person would recognize that this cube was still very fragile, and I probably should have waited, but not me. I said I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it. And here's where you start to see everything go wrong. If you watch my face, at one point I looked dead into the camera because I knew what was about to happen. So what I ended up doing was redoing it and letting it cure overnight, and then you'll see in the next frame that that's the one that I actually did over, and I also used E6000 on this one here, so it's a lot more sturdy. So this part will be the top, and you can see where they're starting to crisscross, but it'll look a lot better once I put the ribbons on there. So I'm gonna let this dry for a minute. And these are the two. I'm gonna use the reverse that I used on the earlier one. Now I need to decide on my ribbons, and I really need to think about how big I want the bows to be. They obviously need to be bigger than what they are on the smaller one. I'm thinking maybe about this big. That will look good on top of it. So that means that I need to have double of this amount. So I'm just going to fold it over twice and then clip it there. And I'm going to do 3 of these because I'm going to create the bow by gluing it in the middle. I'm going to glue it in the middle and then puff up each side. So I'm going to do 6 of them and crisscross them. And then some of the spare red one I'm going to do as a middle bow. And I'm really eyeballing this because that's just how I roll. So this is where I noticed that there was a big hole in the side of it and I needed to finish wrapping it before putting the bow on top. And there it is. Now we can put the bow on. And I'm all done. I love the way it came out. It's still a little rickety, but it works for me. See you in the next video.